Peace, 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 peace. Chauncey, what's the deal? What's the deal? Yes, sir. We are in the building. You know how I move. One in the building, we get to going. What's the deal? What's the deal, man? It's been a hell of a day. It's been a hell of a couple of days for this conscious community. Shout to the Black Brown table. Shout to each one, to each one. Yo, what is going down? I'm gonna let it build up a little bit, Chance. Let it build up. Hopefully, we can get a special guest up in here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it black tonight. We just gonna stick to the black shit tonight. I was gonna talk a little shit about these YouTube streets because they are dangerous, but I might let that go. The conversation's been kind of, you know what I mean, lofty conversations. I don't want to kind of detract from the good blackness. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even gonna play no videos right now. Ain't gonna try and mess up the groove with everybody. Let people come in a little bit, chunks. You know how that goes. They don't fall through too heavy. I'm just snap. Peace, king. Peace, king. Here, I tell you what. Uh, let me get this right. I think I'm doing this right. Here you go. Please, hit the link, sir. And good Chauncey, you too, sir. Please, if you would like, you know what I mean. Come on up. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Super black tonight. Super black tonight. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wanted to make sure that we show our support for African Americans. I might joke a little bit, play a little shy, but sometimes some things do make me passionate about how our culture is abused. Other people try to detract from it. You know what I mean? I am not with the games when it comes to that. Put a one in the chat to make sure everybody can hear me because sometimes my sound be going crazy. And I hope I'm not talking to myself. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Hey, man, between YouTube and Clubhouse, sir, you are absolutely correct, man. It's been real as shit in these streets. Oh, my man, the king. There you go. Boom, boom. Please, brother. Please, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
That's the one too. Peace, brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can.
Yeah. I'm just glad to be here. I never catch these bills, so you know.
Yeah, no, man, we got so much me and you got in common, bro. On some real shit. I know you outread me. I'm not even gonna play myself. Thank you for the Dorothy Porter, real shit.
Oh
Uh,
no,
oh no, bro. Like I'm telling you, you like one of my favorites. I swear to God, me and you as the nerds. You know what I'm saying? We get it in. We go read what they actually said, but then we end up reading all of it. They was clowning me about Hubert Harrison.
and I need to keep it above with you. That's the individual that I need to educate myself more on. So I
Man,
enjoy your presentation about it.
oh, listen, man. Hubert is the king to me. You know what I'm saying? They be telling me I'll be a zealot, and so I had to calm down a little bit.
Well,
I
why do you put them up there so high?
I believe just like how we was just talking about time and place. Now, okay, so here goes my hero worship portion. He outlined a actual agenda that if applied correctly at that particular time, we could have built a black nation within a nation that Martin Delaney had brought up, that others had brought up. But here goes, we have to make sure that we let people be human. He had also had an ego, not just the ego. He had some faults, you know what I'm saying? And then people around him. No, I don't want to blame anybody else for his shortcomings. I feel like he was a very intelligent man who did not suffer stupid very long, and with that, he was Uh, he could come off probably as mean or disrespectful, and he may have seemed as a threat to most other leaders because there is some shit we could go into. There was some beef. You know what I mean? He got fired from his gig for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And to me, the programs, his astuteness, his awareness of black culture, he was ahead of the time. He is the one that um, I I first found was really critiquing black art for black people, not just because. Even I try to go find other black artists like we could start digging into that the Ghost Walks book, the Hair Sisters, the other Ethiopian delineators, the Georgia minstrels that come along after that. But he's really critiquing it, and he has started a book where he was going to use the minstrel shows in vaudeville as the background for the art within the art, trying to find the black culture. That ends up becoming actually critiques that he had wrote in The Voice. He had wrote for the New York, I want to say Times, but I don't think it was called the Times at that time. But yeah, that's really why I'm into him, bro. He's some fucking monster, bro.
You know, he was critiquing Booker T though.
Yeah, he definitely murdered Booker T's aspirations to get into the military as a captain.
I mean the ideology of what they consider to be assimilation, um, in my opinion, was
Was that even Booker T? I
deleterious
might
to
have mixed
what
up the
Booker
names.
T.
I'm sorry. Yep, I
What did you
apologize.
say?
Continue. No, continue, sir. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I was saying what he was doing was deleterious to what Booker was doing. Just the idea, 'cause, he was an intellectual. I respect that, but when I was saying in the clubhouse that we sort of allow popular culture to pin us against people who, though, have differences of philosophy, the mission statement end game is the same. Like we both fighting racism and white supremacy. I think they unfortunately allow even the Niagara movement going against the Afro American Council,
Absolutely.
Du Bois going against Booker, him and William Monroe Trotter. It's like
Mhm.
Booker is educating black children and Du Bois is educating black children. But we can go deeper. Du Bois ain't had no school.
Real shit. And we
William
can go
Monroe
into
Trotter
that.
didn't. I
But
mean, he ain't had no school. So I was saving that for Rob Bourne, but
nah, don't say
I'm
that. You gonna
I
let
was saving that for Rob Bourne because my thing is these people say these things, but what were they doing when what? Uh, all of Du Bois's work were published when he was where?
at Harvard.
No, the
What?
the the Philadelphia Negro was published
Oh
when he
yeah,
was at
true.
Clark. He was
Uh,
at Clark. He was at
my
Atlanta
fault.
University.
You right.
The Philadelphia the exposition in Paris. He did that underneath Atlanta University, not Harvard. So his biggest accomplishments in regards to the study of black folks was in a black university.
Can't
But
be.
people want to highlight Harvard. You dig what I'm saying? So Du Bois, what school did he have? He didn't have no school. Du Bois ain't have no school. The American Negro Academy ain't no school.
True.
And you ain't, thank you. You ain't graduating people with 4-year equivalent degrees from no Negro Academy.
Yeah, you right. I'm agreeing, but
Them the them
here's
the them the hard them the go ahead.
but Booker T. See, I don't want to detract from him. All right, are we gonna have this conversation for real? Because I don't want to.
Yes.
All right, so
I just
Booker
want to
T was a
know
bit of a
who
hater
did Du
behind the
Bois
scenes
give
too,
a
bro.
degree to? Who did
No,
Du
no, no,
Bois
no, no.
hand a
Listen,
degree to?
listen. I'm not a Du Boisian hero. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not. I am a Hubert Harrison zealot. I'm not gonna hold you, but I will say
Who
this.
did he hand a degree to?
Uh, he handed the methodology of how to go about presenting information to J.A. Rogers, uh, Chancellor. I don't want to mess his name up. Hold on. You like? Hold on. Let me grab my little book and notes real quick because there's only one I haven't finished.
We can talk. I got time.
Okay,
I
all
just
right, we're
want to
gonna talk
know
about it. I feel like
where is Hubert Harrison University at?
where you see the Schomburg, he set it off.
That- No, that's I'm saying a
Soapbox.
university.
There's no university here.
Well,
You were.
so what you mean soapbox? So I'm gonna put on my application in 1960 that when they asked me for my
Hold on.
education, I'm saying that I stood
Hold on,
outside
hold
on
on. First off,
125th.
he was an actual teacher. He was probably the greatest lecturer black people had seen at that particular time. He is also a trailblazing one of a critic in every sense of the word. He wrote articles defending black people when at a time where most black people weren't even getting into the newspapers of the white popular culture. Not on top of that, everything you see, I can't say everything. 98% of what you see from Marcus Garvey is actually from Hubert Harrison's Liberty League. Again, we go back to personality, ego. Sometimes people get
But
in their own
I'm
way.
saying, where is the school at though? Can I put on my application that I stood outside on 125th and listened to Hubert Harrison speak? Can I put
No,
that
you
down as
cannot.
education?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
All
But
right, I'm just saying, man.
you can't shit on Hubie, man. Listen.
I
I'm
mean,
more
what these people were doing.
listen.
Listen,
Listen.
I respect people, but
Mhm.
my bad.
No, no, go hard, go hard. My fault.
No, no, go ahead. I want to make sure I'm hearing what you're saying.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. Actually, I understand that the foundation that Booker T laid was actually a long term plan. That if we actually stuck to, we would probably be in control of. I'm gonna say about not if not half, more than half of the South's land for farming, and the jobs for manufacturing and things of that nature. And that probably would have expanded into greater things at this particular time over time had we stuck to the script. So I can't really front on Booker's plan where I used to. I kind of got a better understanding from reading and then trying not to place my ideology for now on the times they were living. And that's again another reason why I like Hubert. At that particular time, it was only a few people actually speaking on these particular things openly. There were some behind the scenes plays going on, like the business union joint, like the bank they was trying to start in Harlem, all that kind of stuff going on that didn't he was a part of but didn't pan out because again, him and Booker went to war. You know what I'm saying? Booker got him fired and shit. And then later on, he was shitting on other people that he shouldn't probably have talked to in that manner at that time, just playing, the politics of power or whatever. But that's
Oh, do you think? Okay, let's just say, yeah. What you mean by he got on fire?
no, he literally got him fired, bro.
I'm saying, let's talk about how did he get him?
So the boy that was his boss was actually a homie of Booker T. Washington's. They had a conversation behind closed doors. The homeboy that's an idiot took notes on it. And so he sent a letter to the homie to get him fired. And they called him his little friend. And basically, after he had got a promotion, he got fired from the gig for some kind of insubordination bullshit that they made up. And he struggled with money every day after that because he worked for the post office at that time. That was like $2,000 a
I
year.
gotta see that. What you talking?
Oh, hold on. I'll give you the page and chapter that you want to read it
You
about.
got. I want you to show it. Okay, you could.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm gonna bring it up.
I
I'm
want
gonna
to
bring
see.
it
I
up.
want to see the letter. You know, man.
Yep, I'm gonna tell you the names and everything. So let me make sure I pull up the right
You
John.
gotta stop. You got. You can't be talking bad about people. Gilly told y'all.
Nah, I'm not
Hey,
talking.
what Gilly say about talking down on Jay Z out here?
Oh man, hold on.
Gilly try to Gilly. Hold on, Gilly, your fault. Gilly from your, where you at?
Let me pull this shit up.
Listen, man, how you gonna be out here? Listen, I recommend. Hold on, so I can do this.
No, I got the drum. I'm literally holding the book. I'm about to pull it up.
'Cause I think we about to get into a Booker T Du Bois.
We can, but it ain't about the boys for me though. Like I agree with both
Oh,
ways of going.
you anti Booker. That's what that is.
I think Booker hated on my bull. If that's what you
Oh
asking.
man, you can't listen, man. That's like me. I may have my reservations about Cornell. Remember when Cornell West was getting that Ta-Nehisi Coates?
Yep, yep.
Ta-Nehisi Coates didn't go jab for jab with Cornell West. He an old head. You just let old people talk, man. You don't go back and forth with the old head. You don't try to publicly um
I'm not. I see. I was
defame.
just
That's what they
telling
were
you.
doing, man. That's what Du Bois
Yeah,
was. And
I
Hubert Harrison was publicly defaming the old. That's what he was doing.
But it's like the changing of the guard, though, bro. At some point, it has to happen, and it's not like he was lying about the particular situations. He was basically saying that we don't have to really kowtow because we still not getting what we need. And so, why would we listen to somebody who is not in touch with the current fervor at the moment with the young militant black shit popping off? And then you see as time grew, we still getting our ass whooped. We end up with the Red Summer, the 24th, you know what I'm saying? And then here comes the Liberty League based on the new Negro agenda of manhood. And that's all, you know, from Hubert. Hold
But you
on.
don't bang on the old head. You don't bang on the old heads. I mean, we not talking about just regular dialogue. They not at the color convention having this issue. Du Bois is in major media. The Negro Times. He's in the Crisis. They're in their own Niagara NAACP the publications to face someone who had a brick and mortar in
Real.
Alabama. It's that ought be well. It's that same the Northern Negro feels like they can dictate Southern Negro politics. You can't- Where did Ida B. Wells go after she tried to talk about all that legend stuff?
Oh, she went straight up north. We again,
Where did TRM Howard go after all that Mississippi freedom stuff? Where did he go?
but bruh, I,
All right.
you beating me up, but I'm agreeing with you. I said the same thing. Ida B. Wells even checked herself when she was talking shit about Frederick. She was like at the World Fair. She was like, "Yo, I had to change my shit because
But
nigga
that's what Du
really
Bois was doing. Du Bois was doing that in real time.
true."
How you gonna check the old heads is just got free. And the Booker was born a slave. Hold on, let me go. If I'm not mistaken,
Uh huh.
Booker T was born. Hold on, I'm going to make sure I ain't tripping.
Like SP.
I'm gonna make sure Booker was born. I think
Yeah, no, no, keep
Booker
going
was
because I.
Booker T was born a slave. He he went from being an enslaved person to running a institution that graduated industry trained black people on a yearly basis. And you had people, well, first of all, let me finish. In Alabama, he was doing this with land grant via, he didn't fill that position himself. The people in that community put him. They say, okay, yeah, we want him. Lewis Adams, shout out to Lewis. The people say Booker T, but don't mention Lewis Adams. Lewis Adams is the one that sort of architect this thing. That he built Belichick thing. So the people selected Booker. I recommend all y'all go get working with the hand. Booker
Working
T
with
tells
the
you how Booker T tells you that he is going around Alabama talking to black people telling him what they want. And this is what Booker T is saying that the people in the North don't realize. So you can say a lot of things from the comfort confines of Philadelphia, WB Du Bois, but until you grow up and come talk to the people down there, he didn't do the Alabama Negro. He didn't do the Tuskegee Negro. We didn't need a book on how the Negro was living in the South. Everybody was familiar. The free Negro was the anomaly. So I think people conveniently shoot at Booker T, but not realizing what he was able to do in Alabama. And typically, when you do what Booker T did, you have to leave the South. T, we went through Ida B. Wells, TRM Howard, all them other revolutionaries that left.
you
So
right.
you know that's that's my point. I'm gonna put working with the hands in the chat for y'all.
Real shit.
If y'all ain't in here, y'all missing this.
Yeah, this is getting deep. Y'all missing a great lecture. I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to call it a. I'm gonna have to call it a schooling.
Nah, nah, this ain't no spilling. We just build.
I got you. I am getting closer still. Damn, grinding.
Yo, working with the hands in the chat, yo, for the anti Booker T. You know, for the anti Booker T, but ain't red Booker
Can
T.
y'all hear
That's
me?
you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sinette,
You can't hear me?
still here, bro?
I'm still here.
Sinette, someone in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Oh, good looking, bro. My bad. I just wanted to double check some shit. Sometimes my shit be going haywire.
Can you
I
can
am
you hear
getting
me?
closer to the discussion that we were having concerning how Booker T was going hard. Describing one of the most active workers. This was the
Hold on. Can you hear
socialism.
me?
He was about to come back to Harlem. Yeah. You just getting here. Peace to the gang. Peace to the gang. Yep. Nah, I can't hear you. I see you muted though. That's
Can
why
you
I
hear
was
me now?
scared. I thought it was my shit.
What about now?
You want me to kick you out, come back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Good looking Zane. Good looking Chauncey. Peace to the gang. We in here talking about Booker T. We talking about Hubert Harrison. We're talking about the plight of Northern Negroes versus the Southern Negroes and how we had to adapt to those particular situations. And we can't really put a. I'm gonna drop another link in there. Put a. Oh, okay. You good to go?
Yeah, yeah, yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bet.
All right. All right.
All right, I put working with the hand in the chat for y'all who are interested. Again, it was for the, I don't know if y'all heard me, but Booker T, but I ain't read Booker T. Hey,
I'm still going through. I'm just getting out of the socialist portion of his life, and then that's when it comes to
working
he.
with the, but that's monumental. You know,
Say it
I
again.
don't think I just don't think we should be engaged in discourse, that kind of discourse publicly. Now we
Okay.
had to
No,
meet
no,
as
yeah, yeah.
individuals.
We can take it to the cut. I swear.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 not me and you. I'm talking about Booker T and them.
Oh, nah, yeah. Okay, so listen again. This is where I'm agreeing. Brad didn't handle situations correctly to me in my eyes. I personally feel like you feel. I feel like those is one of them situations where if he would have been quiet at particular points, he would have actually came up because he was already in the way of going that way. You know what I'm saying? Becoming a teacher, doing the lectures, working with socialism, doing the unions, and then in that, I think he was feeling himself a little too much, and I thought I think he had like a, I mean, he had a world view that I think we all have, but I think he went just about trying to get it done the wrong way with certain people, and that's his lack of shit. But he also discussed that he had a problem. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, and that's where I kind of give him his props. But at the same time, he fucked shit up. You know what I mean? If you be quiet sometimes, just like I was trying to talk to brother Day, you can come up. You just gotta be quiet. I mean, every
Yeah,
time.
that's
Every,
the thing. And you know, people today who don't like to read, they'll grab these arguments and run with them, and next thing you know, there's a whole argument on Facebook, on social media about Booker T versus. And it's like, yo, that's not what you know. But WB Du Bois in his later years started to like realize that he may have been doing too much in
egg,
regards to that conversation.
yep, exactly. And that's kind of how I felt too. I was like, yo, he's just doing too much right now. He just gotta keep his gig. Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? You gotta keep your job, bro. Like, you couldn't, he got all them babies. You can't afford to take care of the babies now. Now you're gonna have to lecture, be outside selling books forever. You know what I mean? Like he basically was poor the rest of his life after losing that gig.
Yeah, I mean, Booker T don't get no. He deserves. Both all parties have their fault. I think we looking at it objectively, we'll sort of not get trapped up, you know, times where we're being biased. We won't necessarily engage a lot of them conversations online about you know, who we should pick a side with, even when it's like Malcolm versus Mark, Hugh, Huber versus Booker, same thing. It's like Booker was that new fiery generation that didn't see it. He was on some other intellectual, like, yo, we need to move this science, art. This is where we need to show Negro dominance. He was detailing that history. So I can see why Black Socrates sort of seen as, that individual. I respect. So
Right. All right. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to leave it there with that one then, because then I ain't even going to try to go crazy, because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to detract from him either. Now we can. I ain't gonna do that. That'd be too
I hear
heavy.
you flipping on pages over there. So that you probably close to where that source is.
I am, because it's in the chapter focus on Harlem and shit, and I found the one bull's name, and I'm just trying to find the note. The dude is John T. Clark, and that was one of Booker T's homies, but they didn't find out that they was homies until later. All right, so though various plans discussed, Harrison again lecturing in the streets of popular science. Okay, here's another boy, Johnson. Was it Johnson? Harlem, Lester Walton. I won't find this, John, bro, because I really want you to see what I'm talking about. It wasn't in the beginning of this, just because this is when he was getting followed.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
I
I hear
apologize.
that
I
a
know
lot too, but
it
I
was a
think that
little
was
dead air. I'm sorry, bro. No, I'm gonna have to pull out the
we
reader.
got 5 people up here. Peace to y'all. If y'all
Yeah,
in the chat,
yeah. Thank you,
we
thank you.
got who we got by y'all saying here.
Uh huh.
Everyone seeing this. Yeah, we've been up here for a little bit, probably about 26 minutes. We've been up here building. You, to recap, while the brother was getting that, we were discussing Hubert Harris and Booker T situation, as well as sort of the segue clubhouse was this identity crisis and people not being able to uh, sort of deal with it and ascertain the different appellations used to describe ourselves. So I've been speaking with brother TK. We building on this Hubert Harris thing. I'm a little novice to Hubert Harris. That's a part that I haven't really dwelled into as much. So
Hey, listen.
trying to get some information. Oh, right.
Yeah, trust me, I didn't know that much about the bull until it was me and Coach talking, and they called him the Black Socrates. And I was like, who the fuck is the nigga they called the Black Socrates and shit? And so we get into I ordered that little book. I thought it was a real book, but it was only like 7 pages, 12 pages.
Yeah,
And I was hot. I was like, well, the shit's hot and shit, but at the same time, I was like, well, what did he say? So I bought When Africa Awakes first. And then I tore through that joint. That shit had me so hyped. So I was like, oh, I gotta get more of his shit. So then I got The Negro and the Nation, and that shit even had me more hyped. So I ended up getting the reader by Jeffrey B. Perry. He pretty much the authority on Hubert Harrison, bro. And so then I
yeah,
ended up getting the reader. I read the reader, and then I got part two, or part one, The Voice of Harlem Radicalism. I banged that out, and then the only one I haven't finished yet is the last part, The Struggle for Equality, 1918 to 1927. And this is really where you gonna get into him being in Harlem and really developing a race first, black first type of situation. And and how about that?
So wait, what year does he come to Harlem?
He been in Harlem since like 1912. He comes from the islands and shit, living with his
So
sister.
he was there before Garvey got there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He put Garvey on, bro. When Garvey comes to
I
America,
got you.
he's rolling with him, and basically basically gets the whole. I ain't even holding you, bro. He basically gets the whole shit from Hubert. Now he here's the difference. Marcus Garvey was probably a better salesman to the whole idea than Hubert Harrison could ever be. But Hubert Harrison is like an intellectual fucking powerhouse behind the whole race first, black first shit. And so he will he was what you would call an agnostic internationalist, bro. They do got a term for him. The book calls him something. I mean, bro, to me, he's the shit. So I kind of, if you think I'm being too much, let me know, bro, on some real shit, because I know I can get annoying. They hate me in
Uh,
Blue Hubert.
I have my me and Rob, me and Rob Bowen go back and forth stuff. I
Yeah,
have my authors and my positions that I just think are fundamental. And it's difficult to get around some of them, and you know, I think the only thing that we can say ain't some of the newer generation, the 20th century black leadership is, you know, it's the way they went at the old heads,
yep,
and their inability to sort of uh I mean, get on code is so cliche. I don't want to say it, but understand their reality and context. Because that was used against Booker T. Their opinions of Booker T. and Hubert Harris,
real
to sort
shit.
of devalue and legitimize what Booker T was doing, and those of him who were thinking. In my opinion, that's a community behind Booker T. That's not just Booker T. People were sending their babies to eat.
Dope.
So somebody had to be agreeing with what you talk about, and their babies to live that with.
Agreed.
My kids ain't just gonna go stay with us.
Nah, bro, I'm
So
agreeing with you, bro.
it's
That's
bigger than
what
what
I had to
Booker.
learn too. Like I had to learn I can't really say how it would get done. Man, if a motherfucker hit me with a whip, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody is threatening to kill everybody in my household just because I'm being black and it's going the sun's going down and shit at the time, or all types of shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I really can't say. You know what I mean? Until I'm in that situation, I wouldn't want to judge. And it is very easy with hindsight to say, "Oh, he was acting like a bitch," or "blah blah 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 shit shit shit." But yeah, they burnt down Ida B. Wells's paper, and she never went home again. You know what I'm saying? And Booker T, I do give him his props. He stayed the entire time. He got the money together. He got motherfuckers in a school. They was making shit. His whole ideas of making what you got and building from there. I think that was the actual way we should have went. You know what I mean? But I also don't discount the educational side of higher aspirations for higher education either. I just think I just wish they could have found a way to work it together. You know what I mean? Where uh, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I'm saying the action of Du Bois made it difficult for because Booker T was an anti-liberal art. It's just that the people in that community wasn't concerned with liberal art at the time.
correct.
What sense did it make to teach someone Latin when they live in an economy where they need to be trained in machinery and agriculture?
Agreed.
They need to be able to learn how to work lanes. So it was the educate, and that's why I recommend work. People recommend like up from slavery, but I recommend working with the hands. Working with the hands laid down the theology of not just Booker T, but the community that he represented. Like them people, like we had the Morrill Act of not just 1861 and 1861, but also 1890 allowed these communities to get state and federal land grants to build colleges specifically for, engineering and industry. So machinery the industrial age was upon America at this time. We were following Europe. So these things and trades people were wanting access to. This idea that everybody in the South is farmers isn't really true. You may have one specific thing that you farm, but you may not have known how to do animal husbandry or in other forms of body. Those are things that he was training people to do because they were asking for it. So working with the ants, in my opinion, is probably his best piece of literature because it answers the questions that people are asking now, things that they use to do that.
Continue, bro.
I mean, just think about Du Bois. Just
Go ahead.
think about if Du Bois would have came down. Du Bois would have came down and just taught it. I know that there's people who left Tuskegee that built Haiti, North Carolina. Claude Spalding. You got the sister who created Voorhees College. She went to Tuskegee. Voorhees College still exists right now. Your child can go and apply to go to Voorhees College. So how is it accommodationist, in my opinion, if the very thing that society didn't want people, which to be educated, these people are educating people. That is fundamentally anti-accommodationist.
I'm sorry, your phone broke out.
No, I was saying that's like anti-accommodation.
Real shit. Okay, man. I found the shit, bro. Do you want me to read parts of this?
No, I want you to read the primary of where it comes.
Okay. All right. Let me get the. Ah, man. Okay. So when Booker T does the whole London interview, you know what I'm talking about?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let me get to it. All right, so the details of the controversy include a September Age report that Booker T. Washington was lionized in London when he discussed the race problem in America in London Morning Post. Washington was traveling in Europe, reportedly to study economic conditions, when he was quoted as saying that he looked forward to the future with hope and confidence, and that the situation in the South, far from becoming more difficult or dangerous, becomes more and more reassuring. He also added that the southern states of the Union offer to the Negro a better chance than almost any other country in the world. So you see where the fight begins, right? All right. So the appeal was a response to Washington's interview in the Morning Post and to the comments on the status of the Negro that he had made while speaking before the Anti Slavery and Aborigines Protective Society in London that were quoted in the London Times on October 8th. The appeal charged that Washington skirted instances of wrongdoings and unduly optimistic about race relations, excuse me, and reportedly said that there was wisdom, patience, forbearance, Christianity, and patriotism enough to enable each race to live side by side, working out its destiny with justice to the other. Du Bois wrote the appeal, and it was signed by 32 notable Negro Americans, the National Negro Committee, Mr. Booker T. Washington. And so that's basically what sparked this whole like disagreement shit, right? And Du Bois is involved in it too because they really the leaders at the time, and he's really just coming up. All right. So let me get the. Make sure I get the whole shit together for you. Okay. It was in this setting, I just wanted to give you the background. It was in this setting that Harrison submitted the first letter to the Sun. It was written on December 7th and published on December 8th, 3 days before he spoke on the status of Negro leadership at the Y. He had saved several clippings on Washington's European trip and felt that Washington had lied in the article in Die Zeit of Vienna when he declared that the American
Good.
whites. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Am, can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. All right. The letter argued and was entitled Insistence Upon Its Real Grievances, the Only Course for the Race. It criticized the Sun editorial. Pull my shit close a little bit. Criticized the Sun editorial and was a pointed attack on the leadership of Booker T. Washington. Harrison was now publicly and candidly criticizing America's most powerful black
Yo,
leader.
check one, check two. You still there, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro?
Look at the chat. Hopefully we didn't
One,
fall.
two, 1, 2. Put a
Hopefully we
one
didn't
in the chat.
fall out. Y'all hit one in the chat if y'all can still hear me.
You.
Make sure the brother. I don't know if the brother may have fallen out or not, but we
No,
might
no,
get
I'm
this
here.
nigga
Can
see
y'all
if
hear
he can
me?
come back in.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, my bad. Could y'all hear me reading that entire time?
No, no, you went out.
Oh, damn. All right, so what was the last thing you heard?
Man, you was out for about a good, 2, 3 minutes.
Oh, shit. All right. God damn, fuck this mic, bro. I'm gonna get a new mic. Oh, Goon, you was right. All right. So there was a fight between the boys. Oh, okay. So there was a fight between the boys as well as a fight between Booker T. Washington based on an article that came out where Booker T. Washington was basically saying that the South was popping. Yep, exactly. Uh, so what Harrison does is he writes an article. Again, that was in the Sun. It was December 7th, published on December 8th. It was 3 days before he gives a lecture on the status of Negro leadership at the Y. It is called The Insistence Upon Its Real Grievances, the Only Course for the Race. He criticized Booker T. Washington. Harrison was now publicly and candidly criticizing America's most powerful black leader. Race leaders, like others, were not immune from his comments. In turn, Harrison would not be immune from the powerful influence of Booker T. Washington. All right, the letter. I ain't gonna read the letter part to you. I'm gonna find where we was talking about how he got him fired and shit, right? Oh, here, I gotta send you something to your Discord. I got you, bro. I'm gonna check it in a hot second. I got you. All right. The letter began by asking the Sun whether it is assumed that the human nature of black men differs from that of white men. Because the paper had demonstrated that patronizing attitude of the American mind toward the Negro intellect, which is so unpleasant to self-respecting black people. It added, wow, it is assumed that progressive Jews are more competent than outsiders to appraise the leaders of any Jewish propaganda, such as Zionism. It is everywhere assumed that the outsiders are better able to do this for Negroes than progressive Negroes are to do it for themselves. Harrison then proceeded to present part of the case to the black protesters without any hysterical peevishness because he wished to show that the case was grounded on reason. In a direct response to both the racists and Washington's forces, he added that if blacks had no right to think, there was no point for further discussion. In this sentiment, he resembled what the boys. I'm sorry, can y'all still hear me? Can you still hear me, Sinat? Did my shit go off again?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, my bad, my bad. Um, in the sentiment, he resembled what Du Bois, with perhaps a touch of haughtiness, later referred to as the bumptious, irritated young black intellectual of the day who declared, I don't care a damn about what Booker T. Washington thinks. This is what I think, and I have a right to think. It was his want. Harrison examined the arguments of the position he wished to challenge and then countered them reasonably and factually. In his case, he drew support from articles in his scrapbooks. He argued that Washington had declared to the world that all was well with African Americans and that this had been echoed in the special mouthpiece of the New York Age at Thanksgiving when it declared that the Negro had more to be thankful for than any other group of Americans. Yet, Harrison pointed out, these pronouncements came right on the heels of the Baltimore residential segregation legislation, the Oklahoma elections, in which a grandfather clause disenfranchising 2/3 of the state's African Americans was passed, and the instructions of Texas to its congressional representatives to work for the repeal of the last two amendments of the 14th and 15th, granting citizenship to African Americans and the right to vote to African American males in the Constitution. In contrast to Washington, the signers of the appeal had declared that there were very real grievances crying for redress. To argue that the grievances did not exist would not do away with them. History had shown the way to right human wrongs, first by insisting that they were wrongs, and secondly by fighting against them with tongue and pen and sword. Harrison, also directly challenged Washington's philosophy. Washington argued that the black people would cease harping on these grievances and acquire property and manual skill. The grievances, the crux of the Negro problems, would decrease and disappear. Harrison replied with hard facts, not an appeal to the philosophy of history or to anything that may even fairly savor their erudition, since Washington and his satellites say that that is bad. He noted that in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, through black people, where 40% of the population received only 14% of the school funding, and he asked if it wasn't evident that black children were being deprived of a fair chance in life. He didn't think that the reason this happened was because their fathers were so stupid as to allow it with their votes, and he therefore criticized Washington for depicting the agitation for the ballot as unwise. All right, so now basically he continues to go at Booker T. I don't want to overread y'all to death. All right, and he also sends another letter where he's criticizing the whole shit. Now, after this is all said and done, two letters in defense of Washington and critical of writers of the appeal followed Harrison's. One signed LAW and identified as being from a colored man, argued that there are a small number of Negroes scattered through the country who have learned that almost the only way that you can get their names in public print is either in public speech or in newspaper articles opposing something that Mr. Washington had done or has done. Basically saying he got haters. All right. Another letter came from an attorney, and John Ashby inscribed the appeal as both illogical and unjust and made the sole purpose of branding Dr. Booker T. Washington as one of those misrepresented the truth. So then he responds with a second letter, meaning Hubert Harrison. Okay. He concludes that letter, however, with a direct attack to Washington's philosophy that called for the end to the Tuskegee machine. And this is where he really fucked up. All right. He basically was like, for a
Wait,
very.
wait, 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 wait.
Yep, go
He
ahead.
wanted to end the Tuskegee machine.
Yes, sir. And I'm about to read you exactly what he says, too. And that's where I said he messed up. I was like, sometimes you just got to shut up, bro. All right. For a very long time, such a school of Negro thought exercised such thraldom over the minds of black men that have been afraid to make this dissent known. It has controlled political preferment, swayed the ignorant mass of ministers, controlled the Negro press, and bludgeoned it into line by the help of the white press. This state of affairs must end sooner or later, or for one think, I think, excuse me, at high time that men who can think for themselves should speak out and not be afraid. All right. So,
Oh, what press did Booker T control?
huh?
What black press did Booker T?
What black press?
Yes.
I would have to pull out the article. Hold on, let me get the article. I got that article. That's actually in when Africa Awakes
I
too.
mean, I just want to try to. And I mean,
I don't
when we
think he makes.
when I hear control, I hear that Booker T owned black press. But
Well, let's put it this
I,
way: Booker T definitely had an influence because he got all these motherfuckers jobs. He was doing all these certain shits, and so he
oh,
basically.
wait a minute, wait a minute.
But
He didn't, who in black press was he getting a job?
I'm
What
about to
black
go into it.
press was he? Black press existed
I'm
before
about to
Booker T was Booker
I,
T.
I understand, but Booker T also, when he came to power, he had sway over most of that shit, bro.
Okay, but he didn't control no press outside of his own.
But he
What press did he
controlled.
own and operate?
I don't believe he owned or operated his own press. But when I
Hmm?
tell you, all right, watch this. In response to these two letters to the Sun, Washington forces would soon retaliate forcefully against Harrison. Before the retaliation was implemented, however, wrote a link. Harrison wrote some more stuff, right? Negro in the newspapers, probably in early 1911, began by commenting on a communication from the author J. Ellis Barker of London in an interview that appeared in a pro-Republican, pro-Booker T. Washington New York Age. So now, while he didn't own the New York Age, he had pro leanings at the New York Age, which was purported to be the black newspaper at the time, right?
It was a black.
No, I'm just saying, but like it was purported to be the one, though. You know what I mean?
I
Everybody
mean,
was
it
like,
was, but
it was
no, 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 no. That's not true. There was multiple black newspapers.
like, mm-hmm. I agree.
Chicago, the
No,
Pittsburgh
no, no.
Courier
Yep, the
existed.
Carrier, the Chicago John.
Chicago Defender,
There you
the
go.
Washington Bee. I mean, the something Pelican. They were black newspapers.
Yeah, there was. I can't make that the thing. All right, so he writes an article going at the papers too, right? So here goes how they get him, right?
He said he wanted to end the. Listen, do you realize that they was children going to that school, and that man said he wanted to end it?
You're right, and that's what I was saying to you, bro.
What school?
Shut
Where was he handing out degrees? Have you found that yet?
up. Mm-mm-mm.
I just want to know where Hubert Harrison was handing degrees out. Anybody
He
that
was not.
may have. Oh,
Um, okay, purse strings. All right. One of the letters that was I'm sorry, one reader of Harrison's 1910 letters to the Sun was Charles W. Anderson, the city's leading black Republican politician, a close personal and political friend of Booker T. Washington, and the Republican appointed New York City postmaster Edward M. Morgan. In 1911, Anderson met with Washington, Emmett Scott, Washington's assistant, and Fred R. Moore, another strong Washington supporter and publisher of The Age, in the paper's office. The three apparently decided on Harrison's removal from the post office. According to Harrison, this was done because they could not argue away the facts presented in the Sun. They then initiated a campaign of harassment that ultimately led to his removal, and Charles W. Anderson was the man who engineered it. Harrison had transferred to a recently opened Grand Central Post Office to work in the paper section on February 8th, 1911. He basically that's. Do you want me to read that whole part of how he transferred and all that shit?
no, you don't have to.
Okay, I just wanted you to know. All right, now here's the John I was telling you about where the bull wrote a note on how they did him. He said, "Do you remember Hubert H. Harrison? He is the man who wrote two nasty articles against you in the New York Sun." He's writing this The instigator was Washington's friend Charles W. Anderson, who on September 10th wrote a revealing letter to Washington. All right, so that's what I just wanted you to know who was writing this. He is a clerk in the post office. The postmaster is my personal friend, and as you probably know, Harrison has had charges preferred against him, and I think he is liable to be dismissed from the service. If not dismissed, he will get severe punishment. Can you see the hand? I think you can. Please destroy this, that it may not fall under another eye unless it's Emmett's. I will attend to Harrison. If he escapes me, he is a dandy. Try to tell you, bro. Bro was moving wild too, man. Now again,
Hey, just real quick.
uh huh,
You said before that
uh huh.
that Hubert Harrison said that he wanted to end the Tuskegee machine.
I'm agreeing. Like I said, bro,
Like what? I mean, what do we? I mean, it's like, I mean, what was Booker T supposed to say to that?
he wasn't
You
supposed.
got people. You have a community that's behind him.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like it's just Booker T sitting out there calling these plays. He has a community that's continuously sending their children to be educated at Tuskegee. People who graduated Tuskegee went to go form. Haiti, North Carolina was founded by a person who graduated Tuskegee,
Real shit.
who when you read Claude Spartan's work, he's gonna talk about his time at Tuskegee. What was Harrison building? Where is them institutions at from Booker T? Excuse me, from Du Bois and from Harrison for William Monroe? Where they at?
I agree. I agree. But here's what I'm gonna say about Harrison. He did start the Liberty League. He did file a petition with the United States trying to get
Can
us
you
our
get a
right.
degree from the Liberty League?
God damn it. No.
You can't get no degree from no Liberty League. You can't put on your job application that you
And shout to
that.
Tuskegee. My homeboy went there. He got kicked out.
We talking about we talking about an institution.
Real shit.
I mean that is an anchor. Them guys should have just. It sort of reminds me of ADOS going at it. Hope
Both
like
ways.
y'all should be trying to sign up.
Right. And that's what I was trying to say, bro. Like he played himself at certain times. He just should have been quiet and waited till he had a little more power or at least enough money in the war chest to go to war. Cause the bull basically just shut him down and it wasn't even a whole year. It was less than a couple of months that he got him fired. Now, when I say he struggled the rest of his life, he did. Like him and his wife was going to war. He only wrote this woman one love letter that they know about in the entire time they was married.
Can't be going around saying that you want to shut down, you know, a black holy a holy.
Right. And I was so upset with him, bro, because I was like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that right now? Especially like, but again, he also didn't know that the homie was cool with the bull. That's what I was saying. Like Booker T had power behind the scenes too because of how many people he helped get jobs and put in position and wrote a letter of recommendation, all that kind of shit that was going down from the greatest, black man at the time. In contrast to W.E. Du Bois, because keep in mind Harrison at this time is like a baby to them.
I mean, Booker T is those positions, register of deeds, postmaster, collector of customs. Those are coming at recommendations of Booker T.
I'm agreeing. That's what I
So I
said. That's
mean,
what
he
Harrison
can't be
said.
he can't be a crab if he putting people on. You know,
He can't be. But okay, so let's do it this way. Let's have the discussion this way. Me and you, uh, let's say maybe that's a bad analogy. Hold on. All right, so me and you, we in the gang. You know what I'm saying? We all got a common goal. We just got different methods of getting there, but one of us happens to be in power. Not I'm not gonna say me or you. We just gonna be on opposite sides of the fence. So one of the group becomes a powerful person. They do X, Y, and Z to get us all in position, but at the same time, they are not pressing the issue of us getting more or basically all of our rights lived up to. And as a young man, we always was fiery with the old heads to a certain degree about pressing the line. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I get where he was trying to come from. I just think that he took the wrong route at that particular time. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. You always test your boundaries, but it's where you test your boundaries.
Right.
They was going in the media, blatantly attacking, writing paper. But we see with the Negro problem, I think Du Bois was the contributor to that. But we see later on in their years that they try to, mend whatever fences were broken, the
Yeah.
last.
Real shit. Cause he goes at the boys too. And I'm like, well, the boys might have robbed him too, so I ain't even gonna hold you on that shit. I got primaries on that too. We gonna have to go into that another time though. But excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I just think that between the three, between the three, I agree. Booker T probably has a longer lasting effect because of Tuskegee. The boys probably has a longer lasting effect than Harrison because of the NAACP and the things that he made happen. Harrison left a tarnished legacy because at the time people just didn't agree with his approach. But as you get more information on him, bro, you're gonna see that he laid a mean ass foundation on the backs of Big Grit, um, Mr. Schomburg, a couple of other folks that was with that whole I don't want to say it wrong, historical Negro society. Um,
The Harlem History Club,
there you go.
the
Yep.
Negro History Society.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying that sort of mentality had already existed with Blyden before them, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
that West Indian connection.
Right.
Again, the way they came, the way the new generation, there has to be a change in the guard. And if we not, somebody got to be the adult to initiate it.
Yeah. And
That's
that.
why I think conventions, modern day conventions are needed.
Hold on one more time, bro. I'm sorry. My shit went in and out.
We're saying that we should think about modern day conventions that will be able to answer these questions. What we should call ourselves. Okay, we can have a committee on a name. We
Mm-hmm.
have a committee on political, whatever. We can attach it out. Whoever comes, that's who comes. So
You want to try and do
just
one?
like
Because
I thought about doing a preliminary one on Clubhouse, just doing calling, just getting the put word out, establishing who can be a delegate, what's needed to be a delegate, um,
man,
how
man,
we're going to break it down in committees. You know,
we should try to make that shit a goal, bro.
committee of committee of finance, have somebody that's in the finance. They can build in 2 3 days. We can come back in, start rolling each topic, just discuss what this committee came up with, and that'll be the bill. The education committee talk about education. That's the bill. And then at the end, we can have a larger one because a recap and end it and put it on paper. Somebody type it up, disseminate it, put on the Discord. Boom, we did our
I'm with
part.
that shit, bro. I do grunt work. I'm down for all that. What they call it when you read a nation within a nation, the penitentiary. We'll have the penitentiary meeting at the end with everybody getting together. I know you read that
Right.
shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just fire. That's why I like him
Yeah.
married.
With
Cause
it.
he put that shit to action. All that art shit. I love that shit, bro. Especially at Spirit House, them little
That's
kids.
an effective way to get the point across is via your art.
Mm-hmm. I'm 100% with you. And that's where, again, we're going to have the art discussion too. I mean, you got time tonight? We can go in a little bit, bro. I'm kind of up. I just drank a
Yeah,
whole big ass
wow.
cup of coffee. Yeah, I mean,
See, man, see, I did the opposite. I done had 2 cones.
I'm
I
on
got
my.
hit up at like 4:30. So,
Oh, nah, bro. I ain't even going
but
to keep you.
I'm willing to, if you're around in the morning, around like 6, 7:30, I'll start a wake and bake.
Okay, you said
and we can
10:30,
continue the conversation. No, 6:30.
6:30 in the morning.
Like, yeah, in a couple hours.
Nigga, I can try to pull it off. I'll be up a little bit. I'll set an
You know,
alarm.
I got to work at 6:30 anyway, so I'm up early.
All
So
right,
I
well,
may, just as I bake, I may, go live, and we can have discussions.
absolutely, bro. Here, I'm about to set an alarm right now. Try to make sure I make that happen.
I appreciate the folks who got in the chat though. Peace for y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, thank you.
Go
Like,
go live.
share, subscribe. Don't forget, each one teach one. Yo, no disrespect. I do want to shout out somebody too. I want to shout out Tiffany French. Shout to her. She will ride out on you, man.
Tiffany,
Yeah, I likes that little lady, man.
yeah, yo, I shared her. I shared her stuff as well. Peace. She's doing a good job.
Right. Like and I think that she gets overlooked at times because it'd be a lot of bullshit going on YouTube. But she drops information. Please go check out her channel. Um, you know what I mean? Like I fucks with Tiffany French. I just wanted to make sure I said that. Along with each one teach one, formerly MBK. Yeah, she is cool, bro. Vyasa, she gets down. She gets down. She just put me on to an African Queens book that I'm about to probably purchase in a couple of weeks. I got a couple of reading things
Like,
to. Oh, go hard, bro.
uh, to let you go, I appreciate you for sending me the invite.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely,
gonna
bro.
ping you in the morning and if you're available. If you buy off, I can be up early too. You want to come through as well. They're probably about be a quarter to seven. In the morning.
Yep, I just set my joint for 6
So,
a.m. I'm going to try to make sure I'm up for that, bro. Thank you. And I do appreciate you falling through, man, bro. It's really an honor, bro.
honestly,
Yep, I learned a lot.
oh, no doubt, man. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, bro. Thank you,
All
bro.
right, y'all, peace.
Yep, peace. All right, all right. I don't know. Put a one in the chat if you want me to keep going a little bit. If not, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I know it's midnight, and people got shit to do and lives to live. But just let me know. I'm on East Coast. I'm on East Coast. I'm in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. Peace and thank you, Sanel. Yo, I don't know. I don't know if y'all know this, but yo, these niggas be getting it the fuck in when they read, bro. That's where that turns into an amazing conversation because you can learn so much and then just soak that shit up and chase it down a path. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, we gonna keep it popping then, Zane. All right, Zane, we definitely gonna do the interview tomorrow. Everybody, make sure you check out Dark Muse tomorrow. I'm gonna go live. I'm going to be interviewing Zane. He's a producer, beat making, artist extraordinaire. He's going to tell us about how he got involved in the music and where he plans on going. Yeah, one if the folks are still here, please put a one in the chat. I'm definitely here for the shits too. Now that we done got the history out the way, and I got to get my little Hubert Harrison kick off. Man, these YouTube streets is hot. These niggas ain't shit. The motherfuckers still want to be Indians. Crazy. It's crazy, man. Mm. Oh, I'm gonna check my Discord right now for you, Via. So I apologize. All right. They have recovered something of a knack for trade in their foreparents in Africa were famous for. They have learned through their churches their secret orders of art of corporate or cooperate and united action. This experience has enabled them to set up and maintain a raw Western community numbering 2,500 and orderly and self-respecting government. It is striking evidence of the progress made in 30 years that present northward and westward movement of the Negro people has brought into these new lands not a helpless and ignorant horde of black people, but a land seekers, home builders, men who have come prepared to build up the country. In the 30 years since Kansas Exodus, the Southern Negroes have learned to build schools, to establish banks, and conduct newspapers. Let's put the work in. Thank you for that, Vyasa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We about that work. We can talk some shit now. We can talk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shout to each one, teach one. Okay, since Viasa want to drop something about his crib, let me drop something about PA. You know what I mean? We had the best free Negroes. I know that's super general, and if the gang was with us, they would be talking shit to me about proving it and sourcing up. So I would just go ahead and say, anybody heard about Octavius Kodo? If not, check out Each One Teach One. They drop hot shit about him. Guess where he's from? PA. Uh huh. Look up Thomas Morris Chester. Guess where he's from? PA. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Look up Grace Grafton Brown. Guess where he's from? PA. Free Negroes. And we'll set that shit off. You know what I mean? We shot at the slave catchers. You know what I mean? We'll set the riot off when the Irish was trying to kill us and shit. We saved Philadelphia when they had yellow fever. PA's the shit. The black free Negroes of PA are the best free Negroes. Let's argue. Nah, but I know stay a little Africa. You stay in Little Africa? Nah, I don't stay in Little Africa. You know about Little Africa up here too? I mean, it was a couple Little Africas. I got cussed out about that, but there was a Little Africa on the Mason Dixon up here. They had 32 homes or 38 homes that they actually owned in the 1800s prior to the Civil War. And when the Fugitive Slave Act popped off, they started moving away from it. Yeah. Nigga shit. Nah, but I don't stay in Little Africa, though. I stay in South Central Pennsylvania. Let me just say that because you know how the internet get. Well, we'll rap about that on the low. Gina from Martin. Oh, you talking about fucking Viasa. I'm sorry, bro. But other than that, I know y'all been seeing these people dying out here in these YouTube streets. It's been bloody. First off, let me say shout out again to Each One Teach One. Them got to be the coldest people when it comes to the info and how you present information concerning African Americans or free Negroes and even somewhat the slave trade. If you want to talk about the origins of it in Africa and how the Portuguese and not just Britain was fucking us up or the Dutch later on in New York and all that good shit. But bruh, could talk about that Isabella ship that sailed into Philadelphia with 150 motherfucking slaves and shit. We got it cracking here in PA too. But I just was tripping. A couple of videos popped up uh, where I seen I seen so called I don't know what you would call them. I guess scholars get washed, and then I see these imploding groups and shit. I feel bad for them and shit because some of them cool, some of them not. Some of them just out here trying to be famous and shit. Some of them ain't. But it is what it is. We over here just sticking to the script. I wonder 1,000, but we on the road to a G. And I want to shout out everybody, especially you, Zane, Vyasa, everybody that came in, people that ain't even really saying nothing in the chat that's watching. Peace to y'all too. You know what I mean? Again, shout to Brother Seneb, Chauncey, everybody. Chauncey, man, we're going to have to do an interview too concerning your coffee. I seen y'all expanding. All the shit is beautiful, bro. I hope you see me liking, bro, because I really want to like. Shout to Saru. That's main 1017. I didn't even see you. Shout. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout to Ogun. Shout to Netta. You know what I mean? Missed my home girl. We was talking earlier and shit. And I just you know what I'm saying? Everything's everything. Peace, 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 peace. Silent views do matter, Vyasa. I don't front on that at all. Yo, listen, bro. I'm always going to support a man grinding out here, bro. I'm going to tell you right now. I am not the best businessman, and there have been some hard lessons I've had to learn, and it's been a journey. So I definitely salute you. I see you growing. I see you doing what you're supposed to do. And again, the shit tastes amazing. Don't you listen? I take medicine and go to the clouds. Remind me, and because I just seen you drop this other new John. It's another kind of African blend. I want to try that, John. All right. Again, everybody, Travel Love Coffee. Check out Chauncey John, Travel Love Coffee. I would show it, bro, but you know how my shit be acting up sometimes. I don't want to kick y'all off. I want to keep y'all around. Yeah, some of these groups are not groups, bro. The trap houses. I'm agreeing 100% with you. I'm agreeing 100% with you, and it's starting to show. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to show. At this particular time, we don't, monetize the show or nothing because we really do this shit. Like we are actually friends. Like I'm going to Ogun's wedding. You dig what I'm saying? That is my fucking homegirl. Like Coach is my fucking brother. You dig what I'm saying? Like these are my family members and shit. The black can be around peeping us. You know, so the Congo joint. There it go. It drop it. There you go. There you go. I was like, oh, I want some shit from the Congo. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna skip over that. I'm gonna leave that up. Make sure, hey, go ahead and put Travel Love Coffee, new Congo coffee dropping in April. I'm gonna post that, and that's gonna be on the show for a minute. I want to make sure you get your love, bro. Yeah, yeah, I agree, but that ain't really my fucking business though, Vyasa. And this is what I mean by that, bro. I got two children. You dig what I'm saying? Niggas got babies. Hey, please plan it. Please plan it. Peace, peace. We got babies. We got moms, dads, uncles, people being sick. We got real life shit going on. But in all of the midst of the so-called community or whatever, you know what I mean, that we are not a part of the conscious community. I just want to reiterate that to the gang. You know what I mean? I'm pseudo as fuck. I get spooky. And so I want to say to you, you know, how many people are discussing policy, bro? How many people are discussing what movements they trying to be a part of to change what's going on? You see how I was talking to Sidnab and he brought up that conference? That is something that I brought up outside of me and him just talking because we do need to have these conversations. Like I really appreciated that last Rob Bourne joint. This is how you cut through the bullshit on some real shit, bro. Like I promise you, like it's not even it's not even a game. You know what I mean? Like, and as we move forward, like shout the Gullah. Shout the Gullah. Let me say shout the Gullah real quick. The reason why I say that is that young man takes it personal for black women, as all black men should. There has been in just an uptick in the disrespect of black women for some reason. I think Samuel or whatever you know what I'm talking about, the half spicy bull half uh value, whatever the fuck. I think that is like a symptom of the overall feeling that I think that these men, I guess you're gonna have to call them for right now, or suckers, you know what I'm saying? However you feel about it. Like, cause we, as men, we gonna do dumb shit or whatever, bro. But you don't have to flat out put down women just to make yourself seem bigger. You know what I mean? Like, or try to keep them in their place, bro. I know stronger women than these niggas, bro, or these men, these so-called men. I don't want to, I don't even want, cause I don't, you can't, they weird. Like, just, bro, they're just some weird dudes out here. And earlier today, we was having a discussion on Clubhouse. This was earlier this morning, and when I had popped on, the young man, excuse me, sir, had said for the replay, just in case you catch it later or whatever. The young man had said, "Thank you for having that picture up because there was some disrespectful shit said about a woman um, by a so-called conscious community group." And I was like, "Yeah, I heard the same shit, and that really hurt me too, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Should be funny or whatever, blah blah blah. Shit. Yeah, you gotta call them males, Zane. You gotta call them males. But at the same time, people like you ain't got to do that kind of gay shit. Not even gay shit. I apologize. You ain't got to do anything that makes a woman feel less than so you can feel stronger than. Because it's not a woman's fault that you don't feel fulfilled in your fucking life, or you don't got no power around your life, or you don't have no control over the things going on with you. In most cases, a real black woman, and what I mean by that is one that is actually around you and a part of you and next to you, is going to support and build you up. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about just loving and touching. I'm just saying, as far as the community too. You know what I mean? They will definitely follow a plan, just like we should follow a plan if it comes from a woman. It doesn't matter as long as it's getting black people together. And so we was kind of talking about that, and I just wanted to shout out Gullah Geechee for that. He was definitely on that shit, and we both be passionate about how things go concerning black women and black men's relationships and shit. And at some point, there's going to have to be some kind of accountability that allows us to have conversations without having to disrespect a woman in our community who has been through the same struggles, if not more struggles than us, trying to get just their little piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? And just recently, it just feels like there's an uptick of that. And I just hated to see her get disrespected like that when she drops more knowledge than y'all. Like, and you know what I mean? She ain't even bothering no fucking body. And so, that was one thing I wanted to mention too. You know what I mean? Shout out to Travel Love Coffee, sponsoring the show. They make good coffee for you to drink with your lady. They got teas. Yeah, let me throw that out there. Black owned. Yeah, I mean, listen, I ain't even trying to put it in just making you something to eat, but sometimes, yo, bro, you do just want your woman to hug you, or and it gotta be a black woman. There ain't nothing like a black woman's hug, bro. Yeah, there's endless things that you could say about black women. You know what I mean? One second. But we be getting caught up in this bullshit hype, bro. Also, I want to circle back a little bit, scream out policy over party, just so we can start having the discussions about bringing politics back into these conversations. Um, while we do follow Black history and we be putting you on to it, I hope you see that there is a political agenda behind what these black people was doing too. Yeah, yeah, you definitely saying that vibe. There was definitely a agenda of political action. You know what I'm saying? Let's start keeping that in the conversation as well. What policies are affecting your community? What are some of the things that you can do to get involved? Whether it be phone banks, whether it be signing a petition, whether it be showing up just to hand out sandwiches and water and shit. All of those little things build up to the whole. Everybody could work incrementally on building on the big picture, and we can continuously start to improve. And so let's start keeping politics in the forefront of the conversation as well. You know what I mean? Martin Delaney was talking politics. Peter Williams was talking politics. See what I'm saying? All these people that we do bring up in Black history, they were all discussing political action as well. And those actions fit the times and the situations for the areas that they were in. And we can do the same things to adapt those things. So again, policy over party. If they're not doing it for you, vote them the fuck out. Yeah. Here go the campaign too, Vyasa. Library cards are free. I love my library card. Let me teach you. Let me tell you a story real quick about libraries. One day we was having a conversation in the cut, and I'm checking out the site now at Chauncey. Please do. You, you. Here, hear me put a one in the chat. Oh, we got 8 in the building. You know I'm hyped. That shit's like a motherfucker. I just filled the motherfucking Madison Square Garden. I'm out of my mind right now. Fool you, daddy. All right, good looking for the one. Good looking for the one. Back in the building. Sorry, there's a storm going on in my city. It just knocked out all the power in the crib. My son's all upset. His gang's messed up. He's on their phone with his little gang in the Discord too. So we back in the building. So like I said, I think we had left off with the library card campaign. I do apologize again. I'm sorry, I'm the one with the technical difficulties. Everybody else should be popping. I'm gonna get a new mic too. All right, so now we had left off with library cards. I had a story to tell you. So we was having a conversation concerning libraries and just you need a library card or whatever. One thing that I did not know is that librarians are waiting on you to call they ass. Real shit, piece of Chauncey. Real shit. Librarians are waiting on you to call their ass. And you think I'm playing. I hit this librarian up. She was like, "What you want? I got you." Bing, 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 bing. She sent me 7 articles, all from historical journals from around Pennsylvania concerning the topic that I was looking to, which is the Garrison League that threw the Black Civil War parade. And so I wanted some more information on them because they was like 250 strong, and they threw a big ass parade for the black soldiers of the Civil War because the white dudes was like, "Y'all can't come down here to Washington D.C. and do this good shit." And so they was like, "Fuck it, we'll have our own." And then when they got that shit popping, they had a big ass party right in the heart of where the capital of Pennsylvania sits, in what you would call the Mall of the Capital. They had people playing music, people selling stuff. Simon Cameron gave a speech. He is the one that originally said Negroes should get guns. He got fired by Lincoln for saying that shit publicly before Lincoln could make a statement or make a choice about it. He tried to force the issue because niggas was forcing the issue. We freed ourselves. All right, so now back to where we at. So get you a library card, bro. Get you a library card. A librarian will definitely hook you the fuck up. Whatever topic you looking into, they got a list. They'll email you. They'll talk to you. They'll help you with your research. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ask questions. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You can organize your own study groups. They give you time at the library. I don't know how y'all playing with that COVID. Wash your hands, wear a mask or whatever. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to my sponsor. I apologize. I apologize. We apologize for the sponsorship going wrong a little bit. I do apologize. Don't associate that with that great coffee. It was a storm. Where I put you at? Bing. Back at it. So now, yeah, back to the game. Who wants smoke? Who want to get some smoke? Yeah. Sorry, I hit that by accident. This is promoted by Travel Love Coffee. You can get great black African coffee that tastes great. Not only does it taste great, it's affordable. I mean, great customer service. Respond almost immediately, and it's always been pleasant. Oh my God, I had such a great just experience with the coffee and the brand. Peace to the gang. Yeah. So tomorrow again, please like, share, subscribe. Tomorrow we're gonna be going in with Zane concerning making music and things that he's gonna be doing. Also, moving forward, I'm trying to go. I'm going to attempt to keep some kind of political conversation going on with everybody, so that we can all start trying to get involved with what's going on. And then be on the lookout for conversations concerning a convention. Hopefully that turns into a real thing. I'm kind of excited about that conversation. I also want to thank Seneb, Each One Teach One, everybody for coming out this evening. But I'm about to get out of here. I know it's late. It's already 12:30. I want to say peace to everybody. Y'all please be safe. I'll see y'all on the other side.